So the bandit is not just keeping an eye on this family because of the little girl, but also because he was hired by the gambling house to make sure that the gambling uncle paid back his dues because he owes a lot of money. The little girl, she wants him to basically adopt her and take off with her, and that they would go searching for his daughter together, but he refuses her on every turn. He also knows that there is somebody there protecting her outside of him, which is her next door neighbor, the tutor. He basically takes her in, buys her new clothes, buys her food. He checks in on her bruises, put medicines on it. He's basically trying to be her guardian and protector as best as he can. Sadly, there's not much he can do when her family's constantly threatening to accuse him of doing things to her that her uncle's trying to do to her. Yes, they're disgusting. If he tried going to the police for what they've been doing to this girl or threatening to do this girl, they will accuse him of doing things to her. Yes, this is how disgusting the family is, so the tutor's trying his best to protect her. But the bandit tells her when he's going off on his things, like he always does, because he always goes off, he tells her, hey, if you ever need someone to come save you, just call out to me. I will come to save you. I promise you. The night the little girl's family was killed by the bandit, it was horrifying. Like, her family wanting to basically sell her, her uncle is still wanting to do vile, disgusting things to her. Her family is just physically abusing her. They're just being horrible. The tutor, who saw the uncle try to take her outside, rushed in to save her. And he got beaten and drowned, almost drowned, for trying to save her. And again, threatened with, if you try going to the police for what we did to you and try doing to her, you will be in jail for what we said you did, even though he didn't do anything disgusting to her. So he left. The child is crying out. She's screaming for the bandit. The bandit returns back, sees what's being done to her, rushes in, kills all of them. The tutor had returned back, and he also joins in with the bandit on killing this entire family and getting rid of them for what they did to this poor little girl. Now the bandit's like, hey, this is going to be dangerous if anyone catches that these people die different ways. So they have to make sure that the police don't figure out how these people died. The constable and his men figure out how these people actually died. So they can't prove that two different people were involved in the death of this family. I did say it was the bandit and the tutor, but yes, they get rid of this family, which I was absolutely happy that they did. Also, the bandit took off with the little girl for a short period of time, but then also returned her back because she was with the bandit. But when we get to see his memories, because the main character looks into his memories to see the events and how it occurred, he sees the bandit handing her over to the tutor, or I guess her actual I wasn't sure which one it was, but he sooner or later also hands her over to the constable. So again, I wasn't sure what was going on that part. I was a little confused. So if anyone knows, can you explain that to me? Can you? Also, there was another neighbor, and this neighbor was an older lady, and her grandson or son, I think it was her grandson, but they were living next door to the family, and they saw how this family was treating the little girl just the same way as the tutor saw. And the woman, she was disgusted with the whole family. She said horrible, vile, disgusting things about the family, but specifically about the little girl. Like, she was constantly telling her grandson never to go around the little girl, that she would say nasty, disgusting things about this little girl, saying that it's the little girl's fault that she was going through those things, and that her mother was a vile woman. Putting these disgusting thoughts into the child's heads, she also was telling her child that the things that her uncle was doing to her was being done by the tutor. So this kid, when they're trying to solve the murder case, had gone to the main character and the constable and told them that it was the tutor who was doing these things to the little girl and not her family. Because the little kid had been hearing these awful, horrible things by his mother, so he assumed it was the tutor. And he also had these horrible thoughts to the little girl because of the things his mother, grandmother, I wasn't sure which one she was saying to him. Yeah, they witnessed. He had witnessed the murder. And because he had saw the tutor there and the things his mom was saying to him, he got it in the wrong head. So he tells them the wrong killer, which he wasn't wrong at the same time, because there was two killers, but he only gave one of those killers because of what he was being put into his head. It was a mess. I cried when the bandit was executed. Like, I was literally bawling, full on tears. The night worker had came to him. She wanted to be by his side. She wanted to die with him. She was being mocked and ridiculed and hated by the town because she was supporting him. She was backing him up. She was calling him her husband, and he was telling her, hey, no, I cannot be your husband. I'm so sorry you can't come with me, but I did save money up for you. I saved up money so you can be free. I can tell you the location of the money I had saved up for you. Go get that money, free yourself. And she does. She ends up leaving, going and get that money and freeing herself so she doesn't have to do that kind of work anymore. But I love when these people were mocking and ridiculing her for her work, she gave them slapbacks. She gave them verbal and physical slapbacks. This woman was a baddie. Like, a literal baddie. You guys will enjoy her scenes. She is just literally a baddie. There is 2 scenes where the main character and the male lead fights a monk and the monk's subordinate or right-hand man, but they literally fight them twice. Once when they're solving the murder cases, and then after the execution of the bandit because they were going for the bandit's soul, and they're both times were attacked by the monk and his subordinate. Because again, they look suspicious during this whole thing because there are some supernatural things going on involving this case, specifically the main character's belt and what happened to the main character's belt and that bird-eating creature. So yes, they're all trying to solve what's going on, and they're after the main character and male lead. Like, it was a whole thing. Luckily, both times the main character and male lead was able to escape during their fights. So the main character wanted the soul of the bandit because he wanted the bandit to answer his questions, but sadly he's unable to. Basically, during this whole hiff of huff, the bandit's soul had escaped, but only escaped long enough to check in on the night worker and then handed him over herself to the underworld's officers, who are basically the night guards. They go out to go collect souls and then bring those souls to the underworld so they can go through the process. They're unable to talk to him, and he leaves. The male lead did, though. The male lead had hunted him down, tried to talk to him, but he wasn't answering the male lead's answers, so he just went off. If you're ever wondering if the male lead got revenge on the ex-subordinate's brother's actions to him, he does. He unplugged that bird. He literally got hold of the bird with the help of Stony, and they unplugged him. And then later, they find him at the night worker's house because they had to run away from the monk and his subordinate. And they end up at the night worker's house, and they stay with her for a period of time. And she helps them out. She even goes and gets a doctor, which a doctor doesn't really help the main character out. And the male lead finds him, gets hold of him, tells him, get your sister. And he's like, yeah, I can get my sister, but you have to get her to turn me back into my human form. And this is the only way I'm agreeing. And they agree to this. I was laughing. I was enjoying every time the bird appears. He's such a spoiled, pampered brat, but at the same time, he makes me laugh. Also, the cover art, it gives me the vibes of the main couple of Heaven's Official Blessing, but their personalities are not that. Well, specifically, the personality of the main character kind of gives me the male lead from Heaven's Official Blessing, and the personality of the male lead gives me the male lead from Scum Saving System. Am I wrong? They kind of just give me those vibes. I don't know why, but they do. Can you explain why? Because I don't know why, but I feel that way. Or they kind of give the vibes of the main character of Ballad of Sword and Wine and the male lead of Scum Saving System. I don't know why, but they do.